It's been a day of mourning. We've been mourning the late Kofi Annan, and he was laid to rest today. So, as he was laid to rest today, the late Kofi Annan has been described by many as an icon of peace and diplomacy. What will you remember him for? Remember, where to join is on facebook.com/joynews, on TV, on WhatsApp. The numbers are on your screen. So let's start with your comments on Facebook, and Araba will help us do that.
So by Jeremiah, a regular commenter, if I may put it that way, regular viewer, says, all that people said about him are the perfect definitions of the icon Kofi Annan, and I endorse all. People can now follow same for the good of Mother Ghana and the world as a whole. He will rest in peace if we disband all the vigilante groups that are terrorizing the innocent people and destroying state properties. He stood for peace, and we need to celebrate him as such by going by his legacies. R.I.P. Consummate Kofi Annan. And Sir Obama Pokwasi says, Kofi Annan, apart from his unambiguous legacy in international diplomacy, it's also very important to state on record that he single-handedly made grey beard sexy. R.I.P. Busumuru. And Anaman Recipe says, seeing the image, I've just been reminded of the movie he was featured, a trailer. But I just want to ask why he was laid to stay in state covered. I suppose that was because of the wishes of his family. And James Abusanga says, quiet but powerful as he was, now I understand the proverb, empty barrels make the most noise. He was full of wisdom and knowledge. And Francis Ampong says, his calm but resolute nature. Rest well, Busumuru. James Abusanga comes back again, and he says, I will remember him for his humility and respect for humanity.
And Asinam Bometa says, rest well, Father. And Sharif Suleimana says, inherent in his name is our fame as a nation and a continent, as his image and toil benefited Africa and the world over. I remember him as the man whose death served as a blessing to the Ghanaian tourism sector. I understand what he's talking about. All right. So banks, savings and loans institutions are collapsing. It is not a pleasant news. Some customers are frightened. The results? Panic withdrawals. In the wake of all these challenges, are you still confident in your financial institution?
I still do, because they're still doing a great work, and we still have trust in them. The fact that few have had problems in the past doesn't mean they are all bad. So BOG is doing a great work. They just need to increase their monitoring system on the banks, and then make sure they are doing the right thing, so that such occurrences wouldn't be rampant.
For now, no. For now, no, because if you look at what is happening right now, there's no trust in the banking sector, because with our local banks, things are not going on well for them. And then looking at the foreign banks in the country, I think about 3 days ago, I heard that EcoBank has also closed down about 10 of its branches in Ghana. So generally, for me, I don't have any faith or trust in the banking sector as far as Ghana is concerned right now.
No, not at all. I really don't trust them because you are not sure what is going to happen next. My dad just lost 5,000 cedis to one of these banks that just closed down, and you go there every day, you don't get your money. So I think that if I have money, I prefer to spend it than keeping it in the bank, because it's not worth it, because you can keep it there, you won't get it.
I won't trust any bank, but I can also say I won't trust some. You know, there are some banks we know in the country, not today, not yesterday, but we know them for long. And I will advise my friends, my brothers and sisters to save with banks they know, banks that have existed in the country for long.
those are some comments from the streets. A lot more of your comments are on Facebook. Let's check them out.
So Emmanuel Ofori says yes. Okay, I can't quite get this, but Bayer Jeremiah says yes, I do. Now that my confidence level has raised, because all these things that I'm seeing tells me that the central bank is now doing its work to protect the depositors' money. Depositors' interests are now the priority to the regulators in the financial sector. Sharif Suleiman says it's the content of the pot that spills and not the pot itself broken. The banking sector can still make amends to strengthen its wherewithal and hence restore the near lost public trust in the sector. Failures are not fatal but forces to boost efficiency. I still trust the financial institutions. Anaman Respi says, never at all. I don't even have any confidence in where my salary passes. I'm thinking of suggesting to the Controller and Accountant General's Department to give my salary straight to me. What a historic era. And Amoa Samson says, Ekufuado, is enough. Oh, this is not what we told Ghanaians. You are sending the party to opposition with your galamsey, banking crisis, port issues, and dollar depreciation. Without power, all your fine ideas will be in vain. Oh. So that's from Amoa Samson. So Obama Pokwasi also writes, so in this country, a regulatory body takes action on a defaulting company. There's trouble. And when they fail to take action too, there's trouble. Which kind of people are we? I stand for people's investments. And
Thomas says, did I hear you well? Financial institutions. Where's the financial minister? Okay, Majesty answer says, why can't government make some savings and loans together? For almost 3 months, I can't get access to my own money. First Allied and UniCredit. Isa Alidu says the elephant is stepping on everything and destroying it. Watch out, your media houses will be stepped on very soon. Oh, please don't predict doom for us. It's not a pleasant thing. And I have some comments on Facebook. Let me take this one. He says, please, what is Bank of Ghana doing about Midland Bank? We can't withdraw our money. Okay, so I think we would have to find out where they've reached with that. And this one says we'll still work with her. However, the authorities should work. Okay, we'll still work with them. However, the authorities should work harder. And it says we miss a great man in Ghana. When are we going to meet such a man in life again? Okay, so he's talking about Kofi Annan, and he says it is a hard time. It's hard time we go back to money boxes our forefathers were doing in the olden days. And it's coming from Simon from BBNA. Now, the Public Utilities and Regulatory Commission has slashed Ghana Water Company tariffs by 10%, with further orders for the company to refund nearly 15 million cedis to customers for collecting tariffs they did not deserve. So we've been taking your reactions. How do you react to this news? Let's check out your comments on Facebook. Okay, so I think so we have the comments over there. Okay, so Obama Opokwasi says it's only under the incorruptible Ekufuado that PURC will give such an order. Thumbs up to PURC for once you have been proactive. Bayer Jeremiah says good news for the day. It tells me that state institutions are now up to their mandates. Hearing state institutions ordering another state institution to refund money to its customers because those customers were duped. I now feel good and have some hope for our country. Sharif Suleimana says a mark of integrity and patriotism on the part of PURC. Such acts by PURC is critical to nipping the heightened corruption in the country into the bud. Kudos. And Lawrence Nate says next time they will tell us about their intention to introduce prepaid meters, how we go pepper them. And Frederick says that's great, but why not ECG too? Stella says Oliver Twist asks for more. Stella says it's good news only if they don't increase it later. And James Abusanga says a step in the right direction. And on WhatsApp, let me check out some of your messages on WhatsApp. A lot of your messages are coming. Let me start with you. He says, okay, what are they doing about jobs being lost by bankers? She's still talking about the banking issue. And this one says, good work. You didn't add your name. This one says Bank of Ghana should be blamed. they're still talking about the banking crisis. This one says, if Bank of Ghana doesn't see anything wrong with high interest rate that bank charges when you go for loan, are they tormenting Men's Gold? Why are they tormenting Men's Gold for giving high dividend for an investment? Well, I don't think that is what it is it? And this one says, how much do BOG need from Men's Gold? Maybe we can use our interest to pay, really. Okay. And Saeed says, the banking crisis have made it difficult these days to save at the bank. So they're still talking about the banking crisis, and it shows how hard it has hit them. And Aziz Donla says, great job done by Joy News. All right, those are some comments from WhatsApp. My name is Aisha Brian Pierre.